Well, to shed more light on this, we had the pleasure to have this phono with Her Excellency Ambassador Soad Shalaby, former Assistant Foreign Minister. Good afternoon, Your Excellency.
Good afternoon.
Well, Your Excellency Ambassador Shalaby, how did you follow the press conference and the meeting between President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi and visiting Somali President Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud?
As you know, this is the second presidential visit of President Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud to Egypt, and he has arrived to Egypt following an official invitation by President al-Sisi. And as you know, there are historical and economic and political relations, long time relations between the two countries, and this visit and the press conference showed so much because the closeness of the politics and the coordination between the two countries in the issues of regional stability and strengthening the historical bonds between Egypt and Somalia.
Yes, during the press conference, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi said that Egypt supports the unity and integrity of Somalia and expressed rejection to the deal between Somaliland and Ethiopia. How did you read this statement?
Of course, it's a very crucial time because of the issue of Somaliland and Ethiopia.
Yes, the deal.
Ethiopia is asking to annex at least 20 kilometers of the Red Sea following an agreement with the Somaliland, and this is a breakaway in the region of Somalia, and it is not recognized globally.
Yes.
And that is why Egypt is supporting Somalia for its independent decision and also the sovereignty of Somalia on the whole of Somalia, including Somaliland. So that is why Egypt is supporting Somalia and will not spare any effort to support them in coordination with all the international legislations and the right of the Somalia to not to have an access to Ethiopia on the Somaliland, because this is not recognized globally by any means, and it will cause instability in the Horn of Africa.
Yes, that was also my second question. You've just mentioned, Your Excellency Ambassador Shalaby, it is not recognized internationally, of course. So what is the threat that this is considered a threat for the countries looking on the Red Sea, and why was Ethiopia keen to have a part on the Red Sea?
Well, as you know, Ethiopia is a landlocked country.
Yes.
And it has made peace with Eritrea in order to have access to the Red Sea and to the Indian Ocean. But in order to have an access, Ethiopia has gone behind the Somalia and has tried to form this, to recognize Somaliland as a sovereign state and to give access without negotiating with Somalia. This, of course, is going to create instability, especially that Egypt and Somalia are in coordination against the filling of the Grand Renaissance Dam along the Blue Nile. And this process, Ethiopia is insisting on completing the filling, and Egypt and Somalia are on the same page regarding the water level of the Nile. And because, as you know, Egypt is suffering from the lack of Nile water that is necessary for the irrigation of land in Egypt.
Yes, yes. So, Your Excellency Ambassador Shalaby, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi said that, as you've just mentioned, that Egypt supports the unity and integrity of Somalia and expressed rejection for a deal between Ethiopia and Somaliland. Yet, the President have said and stressed that Egypt does not ever intervene in the internal affairs of any country. So how did you see this statement by the President?
Yes, the relations between Somalia and Egypt has been always very close and very cooperative, because Egypt has been offering educational, scientific, and training for all the Somalians who are given scholarships and training facilities.
Yes, there are a large number of Somali students studying here in Egypt, and this is something not nowadays, only years ago. It started years ago.
Exactly.
Yes.
Very historical, and that is why there is coordination between the two countries historically. Even the Somali president in the press conference, he comforted Egypt that Somalia's position will always be coordinating with Egyptian politics and with Egyptian prospects for the future. So it's never going to be doing anything against the will or against the political initiatives of Egypt.
Yes. Also, for his part, the Somali President Hassan Sheikh Mahmoud stressed during the press conference, appreciated, of course, the role played by Egypt in the region, and also the Somali President said that his country, Somalia, would never allow any country to take any part of its lands, and also appreciated the efforts exerted by Egypt on all levels in the region, and he is looking and said that he is looking forward for more cooperation with Egypt. So how is the Somali president and the Somalia is taking use of or benefiting from the way of Egypt, I mean, as a great country, or the heart of the Arab nation and African nations?
As you know, Egypt and Somalia are members of the Arab League.
Yes.
As you know, Egypt and Somalia are members of the non-aligned movement and of IGAD. And now there was a meeting in the non-aligned movement in Kampala, Uganda. And Somalia's conflict with Ethiopia was discussed. And the two countries, Egypt and Somalia, showed how much they are in coordination together to have the same voice and the same concern about the move that is Ethiopia doing with Somaliland. So what I'm saying is that the security of the Horn of Africa, the security of the Red Sea, is very important for Egypt, and the coordination of political moves between Ethiopia and Somalia is monitored by Egypt and is not going to let go. They are going to coordinate whenever there is anything that is attacking the sovereignty or attacking the regional stability of the Red Sea. And this is, of course, is the goal of the Egyptian-Somali interest in the region.
Yes. So concerning how did you read the Somali president's statements on strengthening the security cooperation between Egypt and Somalia? You've just mentioned this point. We'd like to elaborate more on this important point.
Yes, as I said, it is very important that Egypt and Somalia coordinate on this. And Egypt is winning the Somalia's confidence because the dominance between the Arab League of Nations and the Horn of Africa is very important, and the strategy that is geared towards controlling the region's economy and the politics is very important. All this was discussed between the two presidents, and of course, the two leaders also discussed joint cooperation in the field of development, security, and trade. And also, it is important that they link with each other's positions in the different international arenas where security concerns are concerned.
Yes. Your Excellency, Ambassador Shalaby, since President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi came to office and the relations between Egypt and Somalia became stronger. So what are the features of these relations and the most important cooperation in several fields between Egypt and Somalia?
Well, as I said, these are historical relations. There had been a lot of coordination in order to fight terrorism. As you know, Al-Shabaab posed a lot of destruction and a source of terrorism for Somalia. That is why the Somalia's and Egyptian security sectors are cooperating in order to fight terrorism and also boost cooperation in the field of in the fields of security and the fields of politics, in the field of even in the African Union, in the roles that in the common issues that are facing them. In the African Union, in the Arab League, in the NAM region, in the NAM conferences, they coordinate, and there is a lot of political, economic, and security spheres, and that both countries have. Egypt provides all forms of assistance to Somalia in its reconstruction and in its development process.
Yes. So the conference in Kampala is attended by the Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry. So give us an idea about this, please.
Yes. Minister Sameh Shoukry represented President Sisi in the NAM, and he has also coordinated with both the Somalis and the Eritreans. He has gone with a letter from President Sisi
yes.
to the President of Eritrea regarding the same issue. And they all work together in order to provide security and stability in the region.
Yes,
so it's not only bilateral relations, it's also multilateral relations.
Yes, it is the 19th round of the non-aligned movement, and on the behalf of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, Prime Minister I apologize, Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry is heading the Egyptian delegation and is delivering Egypt's speech before the conference on the behalf of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. So, Your Excellency Ambassador Shalaby, what do we expect in the near future in the coming days in the relations, Egyptian-Somali relations? Hello? Hello? Yes, we thank very much Her Excellency Ambassador Soad Shalaby for this phono. Ambassador Soad Shalaby, former Assistant Foreign Minister, we thank her for this phono and for her time. Ladies and gentlemen, a short break and I'm going to be back with you.